Well, hello there. Just letting folks know I'm doing this. Once again, I'm just... Sorry, I just got a message from my DM. Okay. We had a D&D session yesterday and he forgot one thing, so he was posting in the group chat and I'm like, oh, I need the thing. I can't give you guys context because I'm hoping to eventually post these sessions online. Eventually. You made me a Christmas present. Well, aren't you wonderful? But guess what? If you've already got me a present, that's perfect timing because it's my birthday tomorrow. Hey, did that even work? I don't... No, I didn't. Oh my goodness, why? Discord, you suck. Everyone. Spontaneous live stream is spontaneous. Well, it would be if I could spell. Boom. Send. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do a live stream for my birthday tomorrow because I have made absolutely zero plans. So... No, let's not talk about Mariah Carey, please. It's still November. Let's leave her on the ice for a bit longer, please. Ugh. I don't like talking about Christmas. I'm not a big fan of Christmas, guys. Ugh. I'm a total Grinch. Because my birthday is the 23rd of November and that's just 4 weeks before Christmas, so therefore a lot of the times, like if you're wanting to do anything for your birthday that when it's in November, a lot of people say, oh, we'll just do stuff for Christmas, or oh, I can't do that, I'm keeping money for Christmas. So I'm like, pfft. I've also got the Thanksgiving curse. I live in the US now, so if I was to make plans for my birthday, a lot of people probably wouldn't make it because it's Thanksgiving. Too close to Thanksgiving. So, but yeah, my love language is definitely not gift giving. So I don't like how competitive people get with giving gifts at Christmas, and it's just become all about, it's so materialistic, it's so competitive, it's so corporate, and I just don't like it. Let me clarify, like, in regards to, how's the Ciderfest? I'm not at Ciderfest, that's the point! I'm not there! Literally says it in the title, not at Ponyville Ciderfest. Hey, you know what? We should change out the Maddie picture to the pony version. Let's do that. I'm gonna see a giant Maddie for a little bit. Ta-da! Giant Maddie! Whee! There. Right there. Why am I not there? Long story. I have been to Ponyville Ciderfest before. Sadly, this time, well, last year as well as this year, they didn't really give vendors and panelists an awful lot of time between letting us know if we got accepted or not. They would leave it until 3 weeks, 4 weeks before the con, and I just can't make that commitment. And a lot of other vendors can't do that either, so yeah, it seems that any vendors or panelists that hopes to fly in aren't really given the time needed to prepare for that, so it's one I had to step away from. But yeah, we're going to be working on some stuff for Harmonycon, which I will be at next year, so that's exciting. 3 to 4 weeks before, when some need to book flight and hotel. Yes, but not only that, if you're a vendor, then you also need to prepare merch for selling, and if you have to order in bulk, as a lot of vendors need to do for prints or other merch, if they're outsourcing if they're ordering in like enamel stuff, like enamel keychains and stuff, that can take several weeks to arrive. Not only to make and then arrive and then prepare for selling, and 3 to 4 weeks is just not enough time to do all that. So yeah. How long does it take for bulk orders to come in? The longest I've waited is literally 4 weeks, so leaving it till 4 weeks before an event to be told you're vending at it is not really enough time. And I've been vending since 2014, and I'm very used to being told at least 3 months before an event if I have a table there or not. And if you're a vendor like me, you often have several events in 1 month. Like, some vendors have an event every weekend in 1 month. So yeah, why is the window so short? I'm not entirely sure. They've been given feedback about that by myself and other vendors, and yeah, nothing's really changed, so a lot of us have had to pull out. And this isn't to say that Ponyville Ciderfest itself is a bad con. I'm not saying that. Please support these events. They work hard to put them together. They're for raising money for charity. All I'm saying is that from a practical standpoint and a business standpoint, if you're not giving a wide enough window of time to prepare, then you have to say no. Okay, so we are going to... There is a character I need to make a stencil for my next painting. So we're going to be working on that today. I tend to prefer to make stencils digitally, purely to save on materials. So let's do that. Hey, Frost. So we go to the website and look at the guests. Well, that's not right, because the guests have already been announced. Or some of them have anyway. So why is it now, why is the website, why doesn't the website have them? That's strange. Just noticed now you get @ names instead of display names? What? I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, I get that they mean here on YouTube, but I don't understand. Frost has the dash 1995, whereas before their name showed as Frostbite. Did Frost change their name? Okay. But it's always been @ then a name, so I'm not entirely sure what you're saying. Okay. I'm confused! I am confused. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I am confused. Moving on. There's Harmonycon. So, how come? Yeah, the guest for Harmonycon, Bill Newton, who is the voice of Bright Mac and the Pony of Shadows. We don't have any art of Bright Mac, so we're gonna make some. And then the Pony of Shadows as well. So I think what we'll do is we'll do the Pony of Shadows as like a large painting like we did with Thorax, and have Bright Mac as a small watercolor. I believe Lissy is visiting friends this weekend. So she's not living in my brain anymore. Lissy is a sweetheart, yes, and I wish her all the best. And I see her in February, which I'm very excited about. Okay, I am just setting things up here, so Pony of Shadows. Pony of Shadows. I think we're going to do this in a landscape. Pony of Shadows, MLP. She's always there, you just don't realize it. That's a decent reference. We can use that. Paste. This one. I think this is this one official? No, it's not. Okay. Venom pony. Can't be unseen. I didn't make that connection. My little Venom. Nah, I think we need to do portrait as well. There. Is this the mashup character? No. Both of these are, if I'm understanding your question, this is references of the same character. Do I still have any of the Maddie and Mary Prance cards? Yes, I have one of Maddie and one of Mary left. I did ask for more, but they never were handed to me, so I don't know if the new ones have been on order or not. So, because I usually pick them up from the person that makes them at conventions, so I can make more if people want more of them. But they are only going to be available when I'm vending at pony conventions. So if people want them for Harmonycon, I can get some ready. But I only tend to order 10 of each. And the Prance cards usually fly off the table within the first hour of vending. What can I say? People like Prance cards. Okay, let's see. How long have I been drawing? What, in like today or ever? Ever. Put it this, like, from a professional standpoint, I started doing it full time in 2017. But I've been drawing since pretty much before I could walk. And I still suck at it, so that's an achievement. This guy? Wait. This guy doesn't have ears. Neither does Venom, so continuity. I honestly never made the connection between Pony of Shadows and Venom. And I feel so dumb for not making that connection. Because it's so damn obvious, isn't it? Could also be Hollow Knight Void creature, black silhouette form with glowing white eyes. That's true. You think the Pony of Shadows doesn't look creative enough? Can you elaborate? Oh, it's just the music in the background. It's honestly just generic jazz music, license free. For, you know, background noise. I wish I could play something that was, you know, a bit more interesting, but for a live stream I can't really do that. So, especially if it's monetized. So, yeah. No, I literally can't change it. That's what I'm talking about. I wish I could, but I can't. Anyway. Ow! Bloody hell. Sorry. I punched stuff on my... accidentally punched stuff. I have a table next to my computer that's got, like, art supplies all over it, and I just miscalculated a movement and ended up punching stuff. That's great. Excuse me. Wow. Not practicing jiu-jitsu. Yeah, I know, right? Wow, this music is so... ugh. If there's one thing I don't like, it's artificial, horns. like, and I don't mean like horns as in the character has a horn on its head. I mean like horns as in trumpets and saxophones and all that. I hate it when they're artificial because, well, you can instantly tell when it's artificial. And that last song was definitely artificial. So, like from a synthesizer. I don't mean AI generated, I mean like from a synthesizer, and I just can't stand the noise of it. It just sounds so fake. Just doing a few warm-up doodles because I'm still trying to figure out what sort of pose I want, what expression I want. But I need to get to know the character first, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that looks a bit closer. Okay. It reminds you of 101 Dalmatians, like as in the scene when Pongo's in Roger's music room and they're giving they're giving narration. When Roger's working on his music, yeah. It did kind of have a similar vibe, yeah. He doesn't not look like he is a big deal. I'm kind of confused about that statement. He doesn't have enough detail, like they could use some kind of armored piece to make him look more like an actual threat, but he does have armor. And like I don't know how I mean MLP has a very not abstract, but it's very simplified in its style. It's very like Art Nouveau inspired, but is not watered down, but like certain designs have to be less detailed in order for them to work as an animated character. If you overcomplicate something, it's going to take too long to animate, so maybe that's why they kept it so simplistic. But sometimes less is more. If they did something like King Sombra, would that not feel a little bit like repeating the same kind of design over and over again? Jawline in a little bit. He looks a bit too dragonish. That's better. No, we did not buy a turkey because I'm not American, so therefore we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. We've been invited to Thanksgiving dinner later this week though, but it's also my birthday this week, but I have the Thanksgiving curse. Also, turkey's damn expensive. No, we don't have a Christmas tree either. It's November. Even if I did want to put a Christmas tree up, I don't put it up until it's actually December. I'm boring. I'm such an old, grumpy woman. I think everyone should know by now that I'm just a grumpy, angsty woman. Okay, I like how this head's turned out. Getting close, or closer to what I want, so finally someone who gets it. I didn't mean to put that in the same layer. Darn it. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I've worked in retail as well, so you do get kind of sick and tired of Christmas energy. Because it usually starts in September. Or if you work in factories, it can start in July. It's a never-ending cycle. You aren't going to go for the venom demonic tongue for the pony of shadows, are you? I think that's been overused unless you can take a creative spin on it. I haven't gotten that far in my planning yet. Would you go out on Black Friday? Hell no. I don't actually buy Christmas presents for people. I usually make people stuff instead because I don't want my money to go into a corporate giant's pocket. They don't need it. I've got enough money. there? What? Oh, it's the back of the other leg. Okay. Shop local or like make stuff yourself. Christmas shopping is so damn expensive, and people get so competitive and try to outdo each other with gift giving and lose the entire point of giving gifts to people in the first place. That's not a good one because that's friggin' AI. So when you're trying to find reference photos of horses and then you're like, oh, that's a really cool pose, and then you click on it and it's not even a real horse. It's an AI image. Okay, is that a real horse? I hate how you have to second guess now. Like, your media literacy, you have to be so diligent in what you're looking at now. I mean, you should be anyway, because not everything you see online is true, but now it's even easier to fool people. That's what I like about, that's what I don't like, sorry, that's what I don't like about AI generated imagery, is that artists weren't part of the conversation, first of all. Second of all, it's being used to deceive people into believing anything. It's like the misinformation is more rampant than it ever has been before. It's disgusting. Yeah, the prices for things shoot up, and then when it comes to Black Friday, they bring the price back down and say like a certain amount of percentage off, but it's actually back down to the price it would have been just a few months prior to that. So you're not getting a deal at all. I just want a photograph of a horse to use for reference. That's all I want. Why is that so hard? Alright. That image isn't clear enough. It's November. I don't want to talk about Christmas. Rawr. Well, that horse has 5 legs. That's AI. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just start drawing. It's fine. I've actually met a couple of people that were going on what they call an AI therapy, which is what enhancement therapy, and they're taking themselves away from AI and doing things creatively. I hate how doing things using AI is now become the default, and that they're like, oh, I'm going to be doing things without AI for a change. What the hell? Like, why is that become the norm for creating something? It's like, god damn. Like, people are going to slowly lose the ability to critically think and make things themselves without relying on a piece of technology. Humans are complicated. I've used AI but not for stuff to put art. I just do it just to see how it does what I ask for. That's fair. I'm never going to tell someone not to use an AI generator. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that AI generators themselves have been used immorally, and you know, it's I can't stand liars, I can't stand deceivers, and quite often AI generators are used by people. They'll generate an image, post it online and say, look what I drew. It's disgusting. AI creators, let's steal all the art these amazing artists have made to train our AI. Oh, AI generators, like, how they actually learned to generate. Artists were never part of that conversation. Like, we were never asked permission. They just took said images and put it into their programs, and that is what people are pissed off the most about. Was Tight the angriest Mary ever got at something? No. Do you remember what she did to Lord Insert Name here? I think that is the, like, for the because we're talking about TF2, of course we are. In the TF2 series, that is definitely the angriest she's ever gotten in there. At least, like, absolutely unhinged anger. Well, no, because there's more content on my own channel with my own character than there is on TF2. Okay. Like, I know most people discovered my work because of TF2, but I do make my own content as well, guys. Hi. You know, I'm over here making my own thing. I love that people love it, that love TF2 and Alsace Anarchy, and I love working on it, but it gets frustrating when that, like, it feels like, at least it feels like people often assume that that's all that my characters have been in. I don't know. I think I've made him a little bit too thick. Thank you for the ducks, I guess. Well, thank you for staying subscribed for so long. Have I ever fed a duck? Of course I have. That's a random question. Have I fed a Blissey? No. No, I have not fed a Blissey. Also, hugs, Blissey, I love you. I thought you were going off for friendship giving. Thanks, Friendsgiving. There we go. I was like, English. 6 years old, that's how long you had been uploading stuff at that time. Yes. My channel has been around since 2014. No, actually earlier than that, 2011. That's tomorrow. Ah, okay, I thought it was today. I thought you were leaving today. Alright, well. Here was me telling people that Blissey's not here today. She's not in my brain. So, you know, no rainbows in my brain. More clone ducks. No, but gotta prep tonight. Are you going to be making your, cookies? I've forgotten what they're called. They're not oatmeal raisin cookies. The other ones. Sorry. Ah! Okay, that's where the tail would be. Peanut butter blossoms, there we go. My brain did a fart for a second. Nom nom. Chat, send ducks to Blissey. And they'll eat all the peanut butter blossoms she's making for tomorrow. There's a duck army coming toward you, Blissey. Yeah, there you go. An army of ducks. And my music is... My music stopped, so I need to find it. Oh goodness, do I really have to go back through all the music? Can I not just... Oh, okay. Okay. That's annoying. That is very annoying. That's the playlist I just... That's not what I want. What? That's the exact same music in a different playlist. That's stupid. Ugh. Okay. Rar. I'm feeling angsty. I'm gonna put on metal music. I'm annoyed. There. that's too loud. Turn it down a little bit. There. Okay. Look at all the ducks! Not the ducks, yes the ducks! I would say my favorite genre of music is probably Viking metal. But I do also like to think I have an eclectic taste in music. I can happily sit and listen to classical music as well as heavy metal. So basic pose, but it's not very dynamic, so we're gonna fix that. Sen is attacking your feet. What are you doing to the cat, Lissy? Yes, St. Andrew's Day, thank you, yes, for bringing that up. It's on the 30th. And I'm kind of sad because since I moved from Scotland to the US, I have not been celebrating our patron saints at all, and that sucks. Because it's just not a thing that happens here. Oh, that's... thank you for the donation of $5. Sadly, YouTube is hiding half of your name. Hey Maddie, just want to wish you happy Thanksgiving and God bless. Duck bomb. Thank you for the duck bomb. Just be careful of spamming the chat though. Let's not take it too far. But yeah, anyway. Thank you for the donation of $5. I appreciate that. Happy Thanksgiving and God bless to you too. It's actually my birthday tomorrow, guys, so yeah. Yay, celebrating getting old. Woohoo. Alright, that's enough of the ducks. Thank you guys. No more ducks. Habit. I think you mean habit. Habit is something that nuns wear. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Oh, it's my birthday tomorrow, not today. Pretty sure that Oklahoma would call it habit, not habit. Like, what? Yes, Oklahoma is in the south. I live in North Carolina, dude. I'm also in the south. What would Maddie and Mary look like in the G5 style? I have no idea. Like, it's... I don't know. I can't answer that question without showing it. And yeah. Scary. Yeah, pretty much. That answers the question. Imagine them in the blue. What do you mean imagine them in the Bluey style? I've made Bluey videos. What? I made videos about Bluey that shows you what they look like in the Bluey style. Guys, did you guys even watch my content? I'm like, what? Oh my god. Yep, thank you for the ducks, but I have said to please stop posting ducks. And ease up on the all caps, please. A bit too big. Going to have cake? No. Sadly not. Yeah, Kibat Gren Kibu, or, sorry. Kibat Gren Buku, let the mods do their job, please. Alright. I appreciate it, but we have mods in the chat to help people not do stuff we don't like. Alrighty. You've done blue versions of Josh, Ari, and Jasper. Have I done one for Jasper? I don't think I've done one for Jasper. Wait, yes, I have done one for Jasper. Have I? Yes, I have. Because Josh and Ari are making a series of videos about Bluey, and they commissioned me to make their characters into Bluey characters. So, yes. Has Mary met Casper Cake yet? Not officially, no. At least, while memory serves, they haven't. I don't really remember. My memory sucks, guys. It's so bad. I don't really read fanfics. Like I said, I'm a boring, grumpy old woman. Okay, so I don't read fanfics anymore. I used to, but I've never read an MLP fanfic. Ever. I've listened to Fallout Equestria, at least some of it. But, yeah. We are drawing the Pony of Shadows, Blissey. Because the voice actor of the Pony of Shadows is going to be at Harmonycon, so I'm going to be painting him. So we're just figuring out a design for him right now. Who's Tony Todd again? Good Candyman. That doesn't help me. The actor who played that doesn't help me, guys. I don't know what Candyman is. Yeah, I don't know. I've not seen it, so and I don't know who the actor is. Sorry, guys. Like I said, grumpy old women, out of touch with everything that's current or everything that is popular, or you know. I mean, I watch some horror, but I tend to not branch out all that much with that genre. Let's keep the chat PG, please. Have you seen the Final Destination movies? Those are movies I will definitely avoid because the thing is with me that I can watch psychological horror or thrillers, monster movies, monster horror movies, etc., and not be affected. But if I watch something where it's a disaster or an event to do with something that could possibly happen, that is enough to give me nightmares. Although, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that happens in the Final Destination movies is very far-fetched, but it still involves real things. So, yeah, I no. Like, I will happily sit and watch Walking Dead or Stephen King's It, or like, you know, stuff like that, but I can't watch Call the Midwife. That gives me nightmares. Just to put it into perspective for you guys and how my brain works. Oh, he's in Star Trek Next Generation? Oh, okay, that's cool. I think everyone has, like, yeah, Call the Midwife, the series. I can't watch it. It gives me nightmares because it's to do with birth and stuff, and you know, there's some stuff that in there that I just can't handle. I mean, I can talk to you about it when in private more. I think not. I don't want to discuss it in a live stream, but yeah. Okay. So I don't like the placement of the horn. It looks like a mohawk, so I'm going to bring it back a little bit. Okay. What would happen if MLP Friendship is Magic didn't exist? How long can you do Mary's voice for before either your voice gives out or your throat hurts? Doing the Mary Sue voice hurts my throat quite badly, and now it's very hard for me to do her voice for other reasons. But that's why she hasn't really been around much. I will bring her back eventually, but for now, she's happy living in the shadows. Oh, goodness. Black Lightning 6207, thank you for the support. Yes, but I'd appreciate it if you didn't type in all capital letters. But other than that, I'm very happy you're here, but just keep that in mind going forward. Maddie can't banish Mary to the Shadow Realm. No, you're fine. You didn't know. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Just keep that in mind, like, yeah. It's just something I, try not to encourage. Anyway. Okay, let's see. No, you can't banish her either. That's kind of the point of Mary Sue. If people were able to banish her, then, you know, she would be easy to deal with. She wouldn't be Mary Sue anymore if people were able to defeat her. So, yeah. I mean, I made silly little videos of, like, Maddie with a laser gun firing at Mary's face, but she can't get rid of her. She can't die. Or she won't die, rather. So, yeah. Excuse me. Wow. The Shadow Realm in this case is the corner. I mean, like, she could tell her to go to her room. Does that count? If the lights are off, sure. I don't own a single anime body pillow. Who's your favorite Disney villain besides Hades? Maleficent. I don't know what Dispatch is. Like, I spend so much time drawing or reading stuff or writing scripts or making videos. I don't really have much time for just sitting down playing a game or just watching a TV show just for enjoyment. It's kind of sad. Well, the Horned King is a good villain. It's just a shame that he's in a movie that got the shaft in regards to Disney committing fully to a darker tone movie. Oi, that's my villain. I can like more than one villain, can't I? I don't like to do that. We'll see. Hades and Maleficent are canonically a couple in Disneyverse. I ship it. Well, I didn't say that that was the Black Cauldron. Let me rephrase. The Black Cauldron got shafted because of they were wanting to make a movie that had a darker tone, but they still chickened out and didn't take it as far as they should have. And I'd argue the same thing happened with Hunchback as well. I made a video about Hunchback a few years ago. Bye, Blissy. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with your prep for Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving. It's not so much think of the children, it's more like they were worried about how exactly they were going to market the movie to a family audience. I would argue you shouldn't worry about that because making something family friendly doesn't necessarily mean you have to play it safe. I mean, look at Watership Down, for God's sake. Alright, we're gonna add his wings next. Yes. It's one of my oldest videos. What do you mean? The video I posted today has almost 800 views already. That's pretty cool. Okay. 281 views more than usual within this timestamp. Okay. Nice. Oh, you've never seen Watership Down? You should fix that. It's one of the best, greatest animated movies ever made. My favorite DreamWorks movie is Megamind. I can't stand the Netflix series for Megamind. I think it's Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Sorry, but ugh. It's not good. The animation sucks, the stories are really dumb. Like, did they forget that Megamind has a dehydration gun for half of the villains that exist in that story? Like, he uses it on some villains, but on others he doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. Oh, not Megamind, I meant Watership Down. Okay, fair enough. The series for Watership Down, I mean, I liked it to a point, but I found it too dark, and I don't mean like dark as in tone, I mean visually. It was really difficult to tell what the hell was going on half the time. There's only one Megamind movie. There's a Megamind short, if that's the one you're talking about. And then a Megamind TV series. Yeah, that's not a movie. The Button of Doom is not a movie, it's a short. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Ugh, okay. More accurately, a pilot. The Button of Doom was a pilot for the Netflix series? If so, why the hell did it take so long for the Netflix series to even come out then? I didn't think the two were connected. they wanted a Mega Man show ASAP, so the Button of Doom was for a show that didn't get picked up. You mean Megamind, not Mega Man? When the Netflix show, the Netflix show is the second attempt. But again, why did it take so damn long? I don't know if the Netflix had any returning crew. I just know that the voice actors for the original characters from the movie did not return, and that is felt in the performance. But it's also, the animation is just so lackluster to me. Like, the character expressions just don't mirror the same style as the movie does. It's like, it's so limited. Like, the characters don't emote properly. It just feels really stiff. You never saw the Mega Man series? Yeah, don't bother. It's terrible. Okay, we're gonna start doing final line work on this guy now. vibing to the music now. Sorry, I'm not saying much. We're not ready for final line work. We skipped a few steps. There we go. Okay, that's better. Kinda looks like an evil version of Pony Mary. I mean, I think that's more of a style choice, to be honest with you. Like how I've drawn the hair with the swirl in it. Yeah. I can see how you are drawing that conclusion for sure. Mary's alignment is chaotic neutral, so I don't think it would be possible to have an evil version of her. Maybe the MLP staff have been known to include fan-made content in the show, so maybe they got the idea from her picture? No. No. In the TF2 series, Mary is lawful neutral. What alignment is Maddie? I have to think about that. I'm like, is she... She's not... Is she lawful good? She could be lawful good, or she could be neutral good. Or... Chaotic no, Maddie's definitely not chaotic neutral. Mary is chaotic neutral. I would say Maddie is neutral good. I would say pure evil? How could Maddie be pure evil? What? Did you misunderstand the question? Are you... What character are you talking about? Because I don't think you're talking about Maddie. The question was for what alignment Maddie is. I read comics, yes. Favorite oh, well, it changed due to my morals because of what the creator did, but I used to love Sandman. Not so much anymore for obvious reasons. I like Hellboy, and I got really into I want to get back into the Star Trek comics, and I was into the Hades comic for a while, but I actually find it kind of disappointing. And then there was a Hercules comic as well. So I read a lot of Disney comics. You know what? If I had to say what my favorite comic series ever is Asterix and Obelix. That's what I grew up on as a kid. You know what? The wing feathers would actually be lower down than that. What books are still good? Oh, Neil Gaiman's books? I mean, they separate the creator from the art, yes, but I don't want to invest my money into art that's been made by someone that has been found guilty of certain behaviors, and you know, it's just, I don't want my money to go there anymore, so therefore my enthusiasm for said thing has changed, and I think that's perfectly okay. I screwed up there. My favorite manga I have read is probably the manga for Elfen Lied. I don't read Grant Morrison, so I don't know what to add to that conversation topic. Okay, this is all in the wrong place, I think. Okay, let's get rid of all this crap. Okay, there we go. Archie comics. Yeah, I never read the Archie comics either. I didn't know there was video games. This is how out of touch I am with so much media, guys. It's ridiculous. I jumped ahead a few steps here. I started doing the line work when I hadn't actually finalized certain areas, so I need to slow down. Okay, so, I appreciate the enthusiasm, Honeydew, about talking about, Grant Morrison, but, I can't contribute to the conversation topic, and you're kind of flooding the chat with talking about said author, so let's move on from that, if you don't mind. The only thing I'd be interested in reading with the Archie character is the new Archie meets the Army of Darkness comics. I didn't know that was a thing. I had no clue. Knowing is half the battle, yes. Let's see. Any new comics? Oh, I forgot about the Feral series. By Tony Fleeks. Because I started reading his series, Stray Dogs. Is that what it's called? Stray Dogs? Or is it something else? Yeah, Stray Dogs by Tony Fleeks. I've been really getting into that, and Feral. It's basically like Walking Dead meets Animals of Farthing Wood. It's essentially zombie horror, but it's animals instead. So you've got the dog version, and then you've got the cat version. Axeltober 15737. I've released a few videos about my thoughts about Hazbin Hotel Season 2 already. I would check them out. I literally released one today about my thoughts on Hazbin Hotel Season 2. Okay, so I like that. How does your tail work, dude? What? I don't understand how his tail works. Black Lightning 6207. Do you see yourself watching Hell of a Boss or Hazbin Hotel in the future, given their track record of constant writing missteps, plot holes, inconsistencies, and character assassination? Yes, because I am analysing the hell out of Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel. There's a lot to dig into there, and I'm really enjoying doing that. And I, in spite of how I put my opinions across in the video, I wouldn't write so much about Hazbin or Hell of a Boss if I didn't like the shows. But just because you like something doesn't mean that you are going to ignore the issues that the show has. And if it's really letting me cut my teeth on my analytical skills, just like MLP did. So I appreciate it for that. The main thing that I cannot stand about Hazbin Hotel and Hell of a Boss is that the world building questions that people bring up are answered in supplemental material instead of in the shows themselves. I absolutely can't stand that. Because you'll ask a question that should be answered in the show itself in some shape or form, and then someone always says, oh, that question was answered in like a live stream or a panel or a tweet that one of the creators posted. I'm like, for God's sake, why? I'm sorry I'm getting so angry and agitated about this, but like I said in my videos, I really don't think that learning about how a world works in a show or movie should feel like homework. I shouldn't have to dig through hours and hours of footage from live streams from a panel at a convention to get an answer about a question that's about how the world works. It's so stupid. I really don't think that is how things should be. And I worked so hard on the script for my videos that I'm releasing about Hazbin Hotel Season 2 that it got to the point where I couldn't release it as one video like I did for Season 1. I've had to separate it out because it's ending up being several hours long. So it's just so that I'm taking it in bite-sized chunks as to editing, because if I was to make it one video, I swear to God it would be over 5 hours long. There's a lot to talk about. Anyway. getting a bit distracted here. These wings are so confusing. Okay, so... because the wings are kind of part of his armor? Okay, let's figure this out. You've got his armor starts about here, comes up like this, like a cape over his. Ah, okay. I think I've worked it out. Okay, okay. Whew. Black Lightning 6207. I've really been enjoying your Hell of a Boss Husband Hotel Analyzation series. Also, I commend you for how strong and patient you are, because Hell of a Boss Season 2 and Hasbin's first season was enough to make me drop both. Oh, okay, why are we suddenly... did someone bring up Sonic at some point? Is that why there's someone's suddenly talking about Sonic? I'm confused. Did I miss something? I feel like Season 2's pacing of Hazbin Hotel felt worse than Season 1's. Pacing is definitely a huge problem with the series, yes, from the get-go. And initially I thought it was more to do with the fact that Amazon only gave the show 8 episodes. So then they were trying to cram as much into the first season as they possibly could, because obviously Season 2 and more were not greenlit at that point. But then, because Season 2 is now being released, it's a writing choice and a writing style, and oh my god, it's like breakneck speed. Get as much as possible, cram as much stuff in as possible, and go as fast as possible without giving any, like, time for the audience to process what the hell is going on. It's not accessible to new viewers whatsoever, and they kind of make assumptions that you should already know how certain things work because the fandom will tell you to watch a certain live stream or a panel or whatever, and I get so sick and tired of people telling me that when I ask a question. They're like, oh, if you watch this live stream, I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. Anyway, I don't want to spoil stuff for people either, and I don't want people to think that if they like the show there's something wrong. That's not what I'm trying to say, and I feel bad that that is the conclusion that a lot of people have come to. Like what you like, you know, if watch it if you like it, don't watch it if you don't like it. But I mean, contrary to popular belief, I do genuinely like the things I write about, or at least I find enjoyment in analysing something that has so many issues within it, because it lets me expand my analytical skills, and from that standpoint, it's a fun show to write about. They could have cut out a bunch of stuff. Like, I can't pinpoint exactly what they could have cut though, because everything feels like it's needed to be in there. That's the frustrating thing. Okay, this... I guess that's how it's meant to work, but that's not how wings are structured. But that's how his wings are structured in the reference image. So I'm like, I'm not convinced this reference I'm using is actually from the show. I think this is fan-made. Maybe that's why it's so confusing, because it's not up to the standard that it should be. But use what you've got, I guess. Why do most shows these days only get 8 episodes? I don't know. I really don't. It used to be like 13 episodes? Or some seasons they get 28. Like 20-minute long episodes. I don't know. That's a good question. The era of streaming. Yes, but it's also like how we consume media has changed drastically in the last 10 years. Like, it used to be that one episode of a season would be released every week or every few days. Now everything is released more or less in one go, or they separate it out. They have half a season released and then they release the rest of the season. So there's some, like, time in between each episode. Has been released 2 episodes at a time with only a few days in between each set of episodes released. And I don't know why they did that, but I feel like a lot of the anticipation and build up between releases of episodes is just gone now. Like, now we binge watch entire shows in one sitting. Or at least as many episodes of a show as possible in one sitting if it's been running for several decades. The Simpsons, for instance. But now it's like if a new season of a show is released, they just release all of them in one go, and then you're like, you watch all of the episodes in one day, and all of that build up to the release of that is just gone within a few hours. Whereas when I used to watch Star Trek growing up, Star Trek Voyager, and they would release one episode a week for several months straight, and you would build up the anticipation to every episode that was released, especially if it was a cliffhanger like a two-parter. And also, like, the way that fans interact with each other has changed drastically as well. We're constantly connected now, and we are connected to the creator of said thing too. And I discussed this in one of my videos I've got scripted for Hell of a Boss and Has Been, in regards to where the line is in regards to how much influence a fan base has on a show when it's being written, like how much is absorbed from the fandom. It's interesting, you know, and it's not just Has Been and Hell of a Boss. Amazing Digital Circus has this issue as well, to me, and maybe a few other shows as well. I mean, it's cool that like creators are able to listen to fans now, but I worry that now a lot of creators are just giving fans what they want instead of focusing on delivering a coherently written thing. I don't know. I expand on more of that in a video that I've got coming out next week. But well, I hope it will be out next week. Might not be. I'll try. I'm trying to get as much content out this month as possible because I fly home to Scotland for a few weeks and I will have no access to my own computer while I'm in Scotland because I don't have a laptop. So I'm trying to get as much done as possible before I go on vacation. I'm actually going on a real vacation. Am I going to learn how to actually relax? Nope. His head is really small. I'm going to make it bigger. There. Your horn needs to be more upright. There you are. There we go. I am not a fan of this ring right here. I think I need to figure this out more offline when I'm not streaming. Sometimes drawings just flow right away and others you really need to work at. This one is one I really need to work at. So I'm gonna call it an evening for now. Hopefully I hope to stream again tomorrow because it's my birthday and I've got nothing better to do. Yeah, but for now we're gonna end the stream here. So thank you for watching, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you for everyone that donated today as well. That was awesome. Thank you. I was not expecting that. So yeah, birthday stream tomorrow. Yay! Woohoo! Hopefully, we'll see. See what energy I have. Alrighty, take care, everybody. Wash your hands. Put your shopping cart away. Wear your seatbelt. Use your indicator when you're driving, for God's sake, as well. Just be excellent to each other. I'm Mad Munchkin. Stay creative. Good night.